This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and whose hope the Lord is. Call Halayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakat Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and whose hope the Lord is. Those that trust in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, will be directed and guided towards salvation. Those that fear and are obedient and are committed to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, will have preservation, have mercy, have a protection, okay, have everything that we need in the very near future in these days to come, man. And you know, I saw this picture right here on a social media platform, and it instantly, you know, hit my spirit to show forth this is us, man. Okay, you know, that indignation, that judgment going forth on all these flames that are burnt, and then the Lord keeping his remnant away from danger, away from judgment, away from terror. Okay, horrific chaos and mayhem and everything that's going to be brought forth, man. Okay, you know, because you know, as the beloved Ra'ash Managan always tells us, man, we gotta look at things spiritual, man. So when I saw this, I looked at it spiritually, and it reminded me of various precepts, you know, of course, way more than what I'm about to state right now, but, you know, I just grabbed a few for edification's sake, and I don't want to rock the eyes edifying, but this is what the Lord is doing for us, man. He's pulling us out of danger. He's pulling us away from the wrath that he's going to bring forth upon the earth and putting us under his wings, man. Okay, because those that seek, trust, fear, put their faith, their hope, their belief in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and also too, which we also must state, is part of the predestinated lot. Abanawa Ratazah. We hope and pray to be part of that, you know, predestination, man. Those are going to be, you know, kept away from, you know, all types of mayhem, chaos. Okay, all types of, you know, harsh, grievous affliction and judgment, man. Okay, because again, we want to be blessed. We want to make our calling and election sure, because we're called right now, but we want to make our election to be firmly concrete and sure. And you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua knows, man. But again, we also don't take the grace period as a joke. We don't take what's going on as, you know, a time to play around and half-ass things. No, we're all in. We're dedicated. Okay, again, we're not weekend Israelites. We're Israelites all the time, every single day, 24/7, man. 365, man. But we're also, as Yahweh Shai stated, be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. So we have to use wisdom amongst society, man. Okay, we have to, you know, master a camouflage mode, man. You know? But let's continue. Let's grab a couple more. Because the Lord is only going to do this, what you see in this picture, man. He's only going to do this for his remnant, man. Because a lot of people is going to perish. A lot of people is going to get judged. Because again, a lot of you Israelites don't take this truth seriously, man. And furthermore, you don't fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, you didn't really count the cost. You didn't really examine what you're involved in. You didn't really examine the whole picture. You a lot of you Jakes don't have a logical and damn sure not a spiritual intellect of really meditating upon what this really is about. Meditating upon about the agenda of these Edomites, the agenda of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and the prophecies that are going to be brought forth in these last days, man. Okay, so this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, starting off at verse 16. They that fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai will seek that which is well pleasing unto him. So those that fear the Lord is going to do what? They're going to follow his guidelines, his instructions. They're going to cleave to the blueprint that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai has given us. We're not going to try to manifest our own salvation, our own way. We're not going to try to structure things that's desirable and pleasing to us, because again, we understand the agenda, the big picture. Okay, we have humbled ourselves and submitted ourselves to Yahweh Yahweh Shai, and to conform to his image, his will, his desire. Okay, period, man. We have, continuously meditated upon the precepts, being sanctified and purified by the word, to be renewed in our minds, to conduct ourselves in a righteous manner, to be severed from this hypocritical captivity. Okay, because this world produces nothing but wickedness. Okay, it is not acknowledging Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, nor does it place and advertise to fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Only the true sincere prophets advertise Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai and what Yahweh Yahweh Shai stands for, and prophesies and condemns and edifies the sheep constantly, continuously. Okay, as it's stated through various precepts, our labor of love is not in vain, man. The Lord is not going to forget our commitment, our dedication. And that's why, again, this picture literally reminds me of what the Lord is going to do for us, to keep us away from judgment, to keep us away from the wrath that he's going to bring forth upon the earth, because we do what? What is well and pleasing unto him. Continuing on. And they that love him shall be filled with the law. Okay, not just the 613 laws, but this whole Bible's the law. Taking heed to what the Lord telling us to do on how to preach, how to teach, and to stick to the script is also commandments. The precepts are commandments, man. Okay, and that's what the true, sincere watchmen, seers, prophets, whatever you want to call the Lord's men, his spokesman, his mouthpiece, they take heed to what the Lord has ordained for us to do in these scriptures. We're not grafting and trying to connect anything from this perverse, abominable world and bring it into the truth, man, because we fear the Lord. All right, verse 17. They that fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai will prepare their hearts. How do you prepare your heart? By meditating upon these precepts, applying these words of our Bible to ourselves, examining ourselves, walking how Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai intended us to walk, being renewed. Okay, practicing what we preach. Okay, really truly taking the grace period, as I state all the time, seriously. Walking in fear. Okay, again, sticking to the script. Okay, literal common sense, which is not common to a lot of you Israelites, and common sense is not common in general, man, amongst the world. Okay, but literally just taking heed to what the Lord said to do. Understanding the whole concept of everything. As it also states in the book of Proverbs 28 verse 5, those that seek the Lord, roughly paraphrasing, those that seek the Lord understand all things, man. So those that seek the Lord are going to understand how to conduct themselves and how to go about their everyday life. How to, preach and teach this good news, which is the gospel, and amongst other things. Continuing on. They that fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, man. Okay, because we want to be blameless. We want our ministry the Lord's doctrine that we speak and profess to be blameless, man. And again, that's why we walk cautiously, circumspectly in everything that we do, because we do not want to offend Salakia, Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. We want to have no gall in our mouths, as stated in the book of Revelation 14, I believe, verse 5, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, because the Lord stated that his prophets, the one that he has set up, will be blameless, man. Okay, period, man. And that's why we seek the Lord, because we want to do what? We want to live. We want to have the promises that is going to be declared to his prophets and his remnant that's going to be protected. That's going to, Isaiah 41. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. Roughly paraphrasing, fear not, thou Jacob. The Lord shall help thee. The Lord shall protect thee. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe, Salakia, Isaiah 41, I want to say, maybe starting off verse 10 on down. Okay, the Lord said he's going to be there for us, man. So this is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's anger. And look, this is a prime example of being hid from the anger, the righteous indignation, the judgment that the Lord's going to bring forth, man. This is an example of that, because we're doing what? We're seeking a righteousness and correct judgment. We're professing these things, okay? And we're actually taking it seriously and not being hypocritical, not being an agent, which that word agent also goes to an actor, okay? Or actor goes to agent. That's Salakia. I think it might be the second way I just said it, but Salakia. And actually seeking to conduct ourselves as righteously as we can in this weak, corruptible body, and in this nightmare, in this nightmare, hellish captivity that we're prisoners in. Okay, and we want to be hid. And look at the matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is lit up, and then the 8th one is being hid. And we know that the number 7 represents what? Completion. All right. And I know a lot of you Israelites that come across this video, it's not talking about the nigga woman getting cussed out. It's not talking about Jake getting cussed out. I know a lot of y'all is not going to see the bigger picture and really spiritually be connected to this one, man. Because this is a reminder, man. I had a lot of lessons I could have did today, but when I saw this picture, I said, this is going to be the lesson for today, man. I feel this is really beneficial, not only for myself, but also the sheep. But a lot of you Israelites, more than likely, men and women, are going to disregard this, man, because it's not entertaining. It's not something to, keep your eyes focused on the screen and really resonate with this spiritually. Look at it spiritually, man. The example of it. And that's cool, man. Because, at the end of the day, when all hell breaks loose and, that trial, that the real temptation comes upon you, when you can't eat, when you can't do this, you can't do that. And when that MOTB come about, a lot of y'all, ain't going to have faith. And, that's something that should be in your prayers, man. And I'm not being hypocritical about that. That's something that's in my prayers daily, is to be strengthened daily. It's to endure. It's to not fold. When that trial, that temptation comes, man. Because as it states in Revelation, everybody's going to be tried. Everybody's going to be tempted. Okay. But let's continue. Salakia. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm in the spirit, So this is the book of Amos. We're going to grab 2 more, then we're going to close out. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and I'm going to start off at verse 4. For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live. So we're supposed to seek the Lord, because while the Lord, he governs and controls the earth. Okay, everything is in the palm of his hands. Nothing is a go without his say so, man. And also referring to Proverbs 20 verse 24 and also other various precepts that let you know the Lord directs your steps. The Lord, man, look, man, that's a very, man, I don't think a lot of Jakes really understand what the fuck is going on, man. Because that precept alone, again, with other various precepts that tells you, also in the book of Jeremiah, Job 33, where also it tells you in Job 33 that the Lord puts the instructions for the next day in your mind of what you're going to say, what you're going to do. You don't, look, man, y'all don't understand how scary that is, man. You just literally sit back and meditate upon that, man. How scary is that? The Lord directs your path every single damn day, man. So how could you not fear him? How could you not want to do what's acceptable and delightful and pleasing to him, man? He decides your fate, not you. So why do you think, again, man, I'm going to speak for myself. I pray for the Lord to keep me in this truth, to keep building me up, to keep me to endure, to not take the spirit away from me like King David said, man. Wake the fuck up, man. This is not a joke. This is not a game. You have to meditate upon these precepts and again, look at everything. Look outside the box, man. Why do you think it says again, King David in the book of Psalms, I meditate upon thy precepts, man? It is a scary thought to just literally what I just said, man. Look, listen, the Lord controls your steps. You do not manifest your own destiny. Again, Jake does not understand what they're involved in. And also, too, it also said that the deceived and the deceiver are his because the Lord is deceiving them. That also lets you know that you have no control. This is scary, man. So you should be showing the Lord that you fear him. I know that you telling me what to do. You directed me here and directed me there. So it's nothing for you to direct my ass to judgment, however you see fit. And you don't have to be nice about it. You don't have to take me out my sleep while I'm sleeping. Just take me out like that way. You can make me suffer. Wake the fuck up, man. That's going to be the name of the lesson. Wake up, man. Okay? Amos 5 verse 4. For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live. But seek not Bethel, nor enter into Gilgal, nor pass into Beersheba, for Gilgal shall surely go into captivity, and Bethel shall come to naught. Salakia. Verse 6. Seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and ye shall live. Lest he break out like fire in the house of Joseph, and devour it, and there be none to quench in Bethel. Well, the first one is what we need. Seek ye Yahweh. So like seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and ye shall live, man. Okay? Seek the Lord and we shall live, man. Period. But let's close out. Because again, the Lord has set up his prophets to give you the whole role. Okay, and what did Paul say? Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. Because the Lord literally popped that into my mind. Because he literally has the prophets telling you what to do. Telling you how to receive sympathy, mercy. Everything that you need in these days to come. What is that? Salakia. That's why I hate, man. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is the book of Acts 20, starting off at verse 26. Wherefore I take you to record this day, that I am pure from the blood of all men. And why is that? Because going back to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17 on down, we hope to be pure from the blood of all men because we warn all of our people. We're not holding anything back. We're giving you the sweet, the bitter, the lamentations, the woes, the joy, okay, the mourning, the weeping. We're giving you the whole roll. We're not holding back from anything, okay? We're painting the whole picture to you, okay? We're giving you the promises, the comfort that we're going to receive, and we're also telling you what's going to happen if you fall off, if you disregard, go back into the world, etc. We'll give you everything, man. Okay? Wherefore I take to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. So we give you everything. We don't hold anything back. We don't hide anything from you. We reveal everything. Again, the bitter, the sweet. And, you can't nitpick. You have to accept everything. Okay? And furthermore, who the fuck are you to nitpick and not want to accept everything that the Lord has ordained, everything that the Lord has said? Like a lot of you Israelites got some damn nerve, man. Real talk. But let's close out, man, because the point is made. Let's close out. And the phone had to chime in, because it's the truth. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, just to back up the point too. 2nd Esdras chapter 7, and I'm going to read verses 20 to 21. For there be many that perish in this life, because they have despised the law of the Most High that is set before them. And again, the Lord gave us the instructions on how to serve Him, how to show forth your dedication, your obedience, your submission. Okay? Everything. Verse 21. For the Most High have given straight commandment, okay, which He speaks through His prophets, which He's been telling you through His prophets. For the Lord has given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live. And again, the prophets tell you what you need to do to, Abanawa Ratazah, which means our Father willing, to have mercy, have consideration, have favor, for the Lord to spare you, to have pity, sympathy, empathy upon you. All right? What they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. And again, the Lord speaks to His prophets constantly to give you that formula for you to soak it up and apply it in your everyday life, in this ministry, and for you to be renewed and transformed in your mind, to be severed from this world, to do what's right and acceptable and pleasing to the Lord, man. Because we're here to serve the Lord. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 13 to 14. Read that, man. So, Abanawa Ratazah, I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Aki and Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.